We'll cross now to our Italy correspondent, Seema Gupta, standing by for France 24 in Rome. Good morning, Seema. So just how likely then is Meloni to lead the new government?
Well, you have to look at where she's come from. I mean, essentially, she's benefited from the fact that she really was the only major opposition to the national unity government of Mario Draghi. And so in doing so, she really sucked up all the support from those that may have been frustrated with the last few years of governing here in Italy. It's interesting to note that her support rate compared to 2018 in the last election, it was just 4%. And now the last polls that were conducted essentially say her support is something like 25%. So many Italians see her as a fresh figure, someone outside, someone who is never tested. And perhaps that's where she's getting the support. The other thing to remember is the electoral system here in Italy, which generally favors coalitions. And the right-wing coalition is a fairly strong one as opposed to the left, which seems to be fairly fractured and is unable to form a proper coalition. So because of this, it is highly likely that she may lead a government in the future, seeing the first female prime minister. There are some variables to take note of, though. The size of parliament has reduced quite dramatically, so we'll have to see how the numbers play out and also how some of her coalition partners perform in the actual elections. Will they get significant votes, or will she really suck that all up? So some variables there, but most believe it's likely that she will be the next Prime Minister of Italy. Of course, we'll have to see what comes out of the vote on Sunday.
And Seema, the party that she leads, the Brothers of Italy, is known for having neo-fascist roots. How much of that is still a part of the party today, and what are its priorities, more generally speaking?
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, its roots, where it comes from, are from neo-fascist movements. But Meloni has been very... she has really moved to try and remodel herself, if you like. She released a video in 3 languages saying, sort of pushing behind those fascist ideas and saying she's more like the conservatives in Britain or the Republicans in the United States. The party, the Brothers of Italy, tends to have a program of conservative family values, but she's come out to say she has no plans to strike down the law that permits abortions, for instance. And there's no more talk about scrapping the euro, or she's also stressed that she's committed to following the reforms that have been put in place by her predecessors. So really trying to remodel herself to make her more perhaps palatable to the European Union and her European partners. But that said, those are election promises, of course. And so there is some concern as to what will happen when and if her party does eventually come into government. And so lots of question marks on that front. We'll just have to see how things play out in the next few days and weeks.
Indeed. Seema, sounds like we'll have at least some answers by Sunday evening. Seema Gupta, thank you very much.